Wow, it's a beautiful day out here. Hey everyone, James with Lenspiration here. And today I'm supposed to photograph an illustration of selfishness. So a bunch of ideas were given. One idea was like a kinked hose. Like God's love is supposed to, flow through you, but if it's, selfishness is like a kink in a hose, God's love can't flow through you anymore. Well, look at that. Isn't that serendipitous? There's a hose sitting right there. But that's too easy. But they gave an additional illustration, a second idea for what to photograph. And whenever I saw that illustration, I immediately thought of the perfect location. A very special place indeed. I thought it was the right key. I suppose we'll have to walk in the rest of the way. I think somebody should be able to get by if they needed. Let's see. Yeah. Posted. Private property, no trespassing for any purpose. Violators will be prosecuted. Sportsman's Lake Club members only. And our family is a Sportsman's Lake Club member. So we can have permission to be on this side of the fence. Hop a skip and a jump out here. Okay, well, here we go. Here it is, I think. It's actually looking a whole lot better than I remember it being. This isn't actually Sportsman's Lake. It's a little pond of water that, as our family would come to family reunions down here at Sportsman's Lake whenever I was young, we would drive by this lake on our way to Sportsman's Lake, and it was always just a puddle, a green, ugly puddle, a stagnant pond. That's what I always remember it looking like. But they may have done some work here recently to improve the quality of the water. We'll see what pictures we can get, because I do see that there is some mud and stuff around here. Whoa. Yeah, there's some mud and stuff. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. I guess the first thing to consider is, am I on private property? That's the first thing. And as far as I know, this is a public reservoir. Like, this is one of the state or city reservoirs that's maintained by the county or the state. So I think I'm fine to walk around it. That'd be the first thing. There was no posted signs up along there, and it's right along the road to Sportsman's Lake. So as far as I know, it's fine to walk around this little lake here. The second consideration is angle of light. So the sun is directly behind me, as you can see, and it's on the little pond here. So that's a good thing. And coming from the side, we can have a little bit of side light. Whoa, it's kind of some muddy stuff here. Got some side light zooming in maybe over there. But I don't see any stagnant water. This is not really stagnant. What makes stagnant water an illustration for selfishness is that it's constantly taking and never giving. And so with this mechanism here, it's evidently the water is giving someplace, and so it's not a stagnant location anymore, which makes it not exactly ideal. Now over here we have some algae growing in the water, but it's under the water and it's not obvious. So here's I don't know if you can see, it's green down in there. Whoa, it's all green. Sort of, but it's I can't step too close or else I sink into the mud. See, that is an algae. You know, that doesn't look bad. That looks nice and healthy. This here looks ugly. Even though the consideration is lighting, I really don't think this is gonna make a really great location. I'm gonna have to think of some other place to go. I might just have to go back to that Kink Toes. Another place I thought of that I might be able to find some stagnant water was here at Grandpa's house. There's a downspout into this one. That looks ugly enough. And this stone makes for a really good background. But let me try this. I'm gonna try shooting this. The thing I need to think about is lighting. Right now the clouds have come over and there's no sun, so I prefer light. I prefer having a lot of light in my photos. But this is supposed to be an ugly photo, right? So maybe if there's no light and you have like this stucco, ugly, gross, like looking background, maybe this could really work nicely. Because lighting is not something that I can change or do anything about, the next consideration is what lens I'm going to use. And I could use a telephoto lens to really zoom up on some ugly, gooky stuff in there. Or I think I'm going to try the ultra wide angle first. I'm just going to kind of see if I can get the entire surroundings to tell the story instead of only the algae or the icky stuff that's in the barrel. And I've got my tripod set up here. I don't need a tripod. I got a fast enough shutter speed. But I have the tripod set up so that I can take a shot and then tweak. Does it need to be shifted over half an inch? Does the exposure need to be increased or decreased by 1/3 of a stop? And I really want to be able to see some water in there. I've got to see some of the water in here, and it's pretty low. It's only about up to about right here. So I'm going to have to get a little bit higher, I think. And I don't normally like to use the center column to raise my tripod, but I'm as high as I can go. And as long as I use the 2-second timer, it should be stable enough. This right here, center column raised, causes things to be quite a bit more vibration prone. So you just have to be careful when you're using it. There sure are plenty of mosquitoes around here. Okay, I'm framing up this first shot to include the entire barrel actually. And then I'll just continue taking shots, zooming in a little more and from different perspectives. But this is a perfect barrel. It's really, really not nice looking, and I don't think anyone would mistake it for like a paint can or something like that. That one angle that I had distorted the barrel so much that it just didn't quite look right. And so I figured that I would go for a little bit more of a closer shot, still looking fairly downward so that you can see the water that's in there, except that now I'm kind of zooming in a little bit and only including elements that are important. With the other photo, I felt like there was some elements in the background that were included that didn't help tell the story at all. They were kind of distracting elements. But I'm hoping this perspective will be a little bit more simple and telling that story in an artistic way. A rain barrel that's really icky looking. I'm finding that what I need to do is take an HDR sequence, a high dynamic range sequence, because it's so dark in there as opposed to how light it is out here. So if I want to get any texture in the water, I'm having to expose one shot for the water and then another shot for the exterior and then an in-between shot so that I can kind of merge them together and it will look very realistic. So that's what I'm trying right now. Well, hey guys, what are you up to? It must be time for dinner, eh? So I think it's time for me to head out for dinner here soon. I'm gonna finish photographing my rain barrel right there. If that doesn't work, then there is some other options that I think I could pursue. There's an old pond out at our place on Buffalo Calf that I could look into. But for now, I think the rain barrel should work, and it is now your turn to shoot this assignment. Details for the assignment are in the description below if you'd like to see the pictures that I took for this assignment. They're also in the link in the description below. If you'd like to watch more videos like this, feel free to subscribe by clicking on my face. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned a lot. Keep learning with Lenspiration, and we'll see you next time.